All right, folks, so I would like to thank everyone for coming to this talk, and I would like to introduce Enrique, and he's going to be talking about small acts make great revolutions.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much. Is that okay? The audio? Here? Can you listen to me? Down there? Okay. Good afternoon. Thank you very much for having me here. I'll introduce myself. I'm Henrique Bastos. I came all the way from Brazil to share with you a little bit about how small acts are making great revolutions in Brazil. I work at MyFreeCom, where we develop financial solutions based on Python and Django. And I'm deeply involved in open source and Python community in Rio. And that's what I'll talk about to you today. First, I need to give you an important notice. Unfortunately, my great friend, Guilherme Chapiewski, right on your left, he couldn't come to co-speak with me today. So I'll do my best to pass on the message, just like both of us thought when we submitted the talk. So what are small acts? What is it about? Small acts are the essential actions you need to do to make things work. It's not the best, it's not the minimum, it's just what is essential. So I thought it would be better to actually show you guys some small acts. And since there are so many, I'll try to focus on the specific ones that brought me here today. A little disclaimer now, the follow event took place while everyone held full-time jobs, wives, kids, and other responsibilities. So in 2008, we decided at MyFreeCom that we would be using Python and Django for our new projects. And that's a hell of a light on the end of the tunnel. Python was spread around everywhere in the company, but wasn't our first technology. And then I just posted that we were looking for Python ninjas. At the same time, in Rio, this gang, Carlos Eduardo Matos, Carlos Ferreira, Cláudio Berrondo, Luiz Gustavo Neves, Luiz Guilherme Aldabaldi, Giuseppe Romagnoli, and John Edson, they started the local Python user group, the PythOnRio group. And as their first action, those crazy guys gathered a few more people involved with Python and open source development, and they made a proposal submit a proposal to the Python Brazil Association to host the 2008 Python Brazil event in Rio. So they went to a local university and gathered help from another students. And at that time, Cláudio Berrondo, one of the organizers, he somehow read my blog and sent me an email inviting me to get to know them, to visit the event. Man, that was an amazing experience. It was impressive. They put an extraordinary amount of effort in that. With serious budget and time restrictions, they managed to have about 400 people attending to a 3-day conference with talks, open spaces, and tutorial tracks. We also had some top-notch keynotes. The Python Brazil Association managed to get Alexander Limi and Bruce Eckel to talk to us, and we had a massive load of lightning talks. That was really awesome. And those were really incredible times. Again, I met a lot of people, and people from Python Brazil and Python Rio, and immediately joined the party. In Brazil, we have a large community, and we're constantly growing. We have many specialized mailing lists and a main Python Brazil mailing list with more than 3,000 members. To support all the community efforts, we came up with the Python Brazil Association. That's almost 3 years old and has about 130 members. While preparing this talk, I sent out some online survey to the community to get a few more information about them. And it was amazing. In a couple weeks, only a couple weeks, 300 people answered it, and the results I'll share with you guys now. How old are we? And I can tell you, the youngs are looking for Python. If you can see, 45% of the the community are below 15 years old. And they're doing it while they're in college, because 64 of them are studying and working, and only that 5% are only studying. And we know that many universities in Rio de Janeiro are teaching Python as the first language. They also teach Java and C and C++, but Python is becoming the first language. And what are we coding? Well, mainly web applications, as you can see, but we have also products, research and education projects, and tools. And I was a little bit scared about how much effort we're putting into web development. They asked about frameworks. And as you can see, Django is a little big Pac-Man in Rio de Janeiro. So how important is Python to those people? Well, that really got my attention, because 42% of them depends on Python for their daily activities, and 25% uses Python to support their work, and that is really impressive. Python is gaining a lot of ground down in Brazil. So in order to make all this happen and make the community grow, we started to talk, and this is my good friend John Edson. We started to talk about how could you promote Python in Brazil and in Rio de Janeiro. So John, who is a college professor, came up with the idea of taking Python to the students. And that's how we conceived PythOnCampus. PythOnCampus is a technological circus that visits universities integrating students and to the industry through Python and open source software. Look, it's not only about Python. We focus open source software, but we're Pythonistas. So we have also Ruby, Java, and whatever related to open source software. It's a full day of talks, tutorials, coding dojos, and open spaces, where everybody participates, sharing experiences while making good friends. The goal is to talk about whatever the students want to listen. So it's not about me want to show off my abilities. It's about them. And this is really important when you talk about small acts. Last year, we had 4 Python campus in different universities in different cities. We gathered about 150 students each session. For this year, we've been talking to professors and universities, and we will be doing 1 Python campus per month starting March. On the first Python campus, I had the pleasure to meet another good friend, Rodolfo Carvalho, who was an undergrad student and spoke passionately about Coding Dojo. After that, he started the Dojo Rio group with a couple of friends. It took me some time to go to a dojo session, but I can tell you, dojo is addictive, extremely addictive. It's basically, excuse me. It's basically a programming session where the group works on a simple problem, but the goal isn't to solve it. The goal is to practice TDD, object orientation programming, solid modeling, baby steps, pair programming, and mainly build collective code while improving communication skills. In Dojo session, we have a big screen, 1 pilot and 1 copilot. The guy on the left is just watching because we ran out of space. And the audience. So the idea is that the pilot code for 5 minutes, and he should talk to the co-pilot while the audience listens to it. And that happens while the test is broken. So it's a red light. When it turns green, all of us, we all discuss about the code and decide what to refactor. This process is amazing because you need to let your code to the next person, because I have only 5 minutes. Well, on the past year, we had the dojo sessions every week, but during Carnival and holidays. And more than 200 people experienced the dojo last year, and now we're having 3 independent sessions happening weekly in Rio de Janeiro. This guy, Vinicius Teles, he's the extreme programming ambassador in Brazil, and at the same time we were doing all the stuff I already showed you, he started to invite a few friends for an unusual happy hour on Mondays. So his idea was to get rid of the traffic, because it can be crazy in Rio. He's a real geek, and it should be no surprise that his friends are geek also. So each meeting had so great conversation that it started to attract friends of friends. That's how hora extra, which means overtime, get birthed. So the group get together every Monday, and so every Monday about 5 p.m. we call home and say, hey honey, it's Monday, I need to overtime, I have a lot of work to do, and we run to the bar, set out our mascot and on the table, and we start having some beers and talk about technology, in that order. And that was the gathering just before PyCon. They were so excited that we're coming here. And even nerds can hack some Samba, okay? What is great about Overtime is that it's only about people and beer, or beer and people, you choose it. But the group is so tightly tied that when we got to the conference, we do it again. And that's us. You know, I'm a Python guy, but I went to 3 different Rails conferences last year, just because I want to make friends, I want to learn with them. And that's what happens when you focus people. As the time passed, we became closer friends, attended to many different conferences together, and we started to get together with our families. So we started another party, the Friends Party. And the group kept growing so well until something really, really important happened. Iron Maiden came to Brazil. And the gang went to the show. Some guy named Kaique Souza, my good friend there, recognized our other friend, Silvestre Mergulhão, on the crowd. And as simple as it could be, Kaique approached Silvestre saying, hey dude, are you Silvestre Mergulhão? Yes, who are you? I'm Kaique. I think your blog's cool. Oh, thanks, here, take a beer. A couple beers later, hey dude, you're cool, you should show up on next Monday to the overtime. So, well, he did, and revealed himself a really great and smart guy, but not a very good strategist. At the same overtime, Silvestre was inviting all of us to the FISO, the International Free Software Forum. He would be speaking about Rails. And I highly recommend this conference for anyone that can show up. Well, I was having trouble to find time to fizzle, so Kaique deflected the invitation saying to Silvestre, I'll go if Henrique goes. And I thought for a moment and said, okay, demorou, it's a Portuguese language for let's do it. And who could imagine that a couple months later, Kaique and I would be giving a PythOnRio t-shirt to Obama's man, our President Lula. He just loved it so much that when he knew that was a Python t-shirt, he gave me a hug, an endorsing hug saying, good job, son. Kaique videotaped everything, and Luciano Ramalho, who was Python Brazil's president at that time, put it up on YouTube and projected it on the wall during the whole day. So suddenly I couldn't walk during the event. And people started to ask about Python and stuff like that. And as a result, Python Brazil community slot became the conference's hotspot. And it was so cool that on the next day I gave a lightning talk showing and thanking all the people that did a bunch of small acts to make that happen. And again, we made a lot of friends because it's all about people. And a good friend of ours, Luciano, became a very good friend. And he was here last PyCon. On late July 2009, Luciano contacted Guilherme Chapievski, my very good friend, and I, saying that a super guy would be flying from Kansas to Brazil to speak at PyCon. Oh, sorry, this is not a super guy. And he asked us if we could show Rio de Janeiro to him and maybe set up a PythOnRio meeting. I guess we said, demorou. So we started to plan the Python meeting and something about for 30 people. But Guilherme updated his calendar and saw that Ryan Nozimek from Joomla and Jeff Patton, a major agilist, would be in Rio that time. So he called me saying, dude, what do you think about putting together an event bigger, even bigger, about developers to, let's say, 300 people with 3 international speakers? So We talked with our community friends, and 20 days later, we hosted Dev in Rio 2009 for more than 400 attendees. And there, Jacob came with the suggestion that proposing that we should submit this talk to be here today. Talk a little bit about our crazy actions. So, as you could see, a lot is going on in Brazil, and that actions are related mainly to what brought me here today. But the funny thing is that we don't have a PythOnRio meeting, monthly meeting, like a normal, normal community, you know? We organize ourselves virtually on the mailing list and get together on all other meetings, even meetings from other communities. And because that's why we think about that, we came with the new word, new buzzword to enter the dictionary called cloud community, because we do not focus on the community per se, but on its members. And members are people, and people have many different interests. So the result of a cloud community is all the different combinations of people and their interests. This is incredible, and it has been impressing us so much that we started wondering what was behind the success of our community development. And after many talks and many drinks, we were able to narrow down at a set of 10 principles that guides our community efforts. That's the Small Acts Manifesto, and it's online at smallactsmanifesto.org. Finally, people, we have this 10 principles: trust, dialogue. I can see from here. First, dialogue, personal contact, transparency, diversity, self-organization, example, consistency, give, and do it. That's mainly what we're doing, and that's how I came here today. And I need to say again, small acts is the essential. It's what is essential that you need to do to pass it forward. You need to trust that someone will take care of it. So you do not need that incredible marketing website with a lot of things and a foundation with board meetings and stuff like that. It's not needed. All you need to do is do it, you know? And I'm here because of a lot of people, and I need to credit them, all of them. So I introduce you guys, our friends from Brazil that helped me to be here. Please, they're awesome, man. Those guys are awesome. A little bit more. I will wait to show a little respect because those are very important people to me, but still we need to have more. Almost there, guys. A little bit. Yeah, that's it. So thank you very much. We're now open to questions because it's about people and community. I would like to share and learn with you guys. That's why I'm here. Tomorrow, just a little note, tomorrow we'll be doing an open space about Coding Dojo. So anyone that wants to show up. Any questions? What's the time for that? Well, we'll try to do it in the morning. It's not set yet, but we'll do it. Questions?
What do you think was the hardest part of building the community in Brazil?
Traffic could be, but what I think people are asking a lot. Randall during the Floss Weekly asked about, oh, you're doing all this funny stuff, this cool stuff, but isn't that a cultural thing in Brazil? And I say no, because you guys want to have fun too. I started computing programming because I loved it. You know, I started to code because I'm happy when I do it. And at some point, someone started to take it away because, oh, computer programmer, so he makes a lot of money, so let's build some boxes so they can type out 10 hours per day and stuff like that. But that's not how things work. So the point of building, the hard part is to make people realize that they're doing computer programming because they like it, they love it, and not because of a paid job, you know. And the only way we can show how to change it is leading by example. That's why we put that, you know, because I'm here and tons of Brazilians will see this video and probably they will join us. Or they will question us about this, and this is awesome because that's how things are going. You know, I just took a plane and made a lot of friends that are here helping me today. We had dinner last night. Other people are on the left, and that's it. It's about people. You know, it's not. Don't have to be with a suit and something like that. No, I work in shorts. You know, Brazil is hot like hell, so. One more, okay?
Can you hear me? Yeah. I was just wondering how much you thought the sort of success you've had in building your community has to do with the fact that you're in Brazil. Like, are people able to build other communities around other sorts of things, or is this kind of something unique to Python and computers?
No, actually, everything I just showed you are being built from people from Ruby, from Java, from C, from PHP. For example, the PythOnCampus.org website was made during a holiday, a sprint holiday. One day, we set up all the website and was made by, I was the Python one.
My question was more sort of, do other people who are not working in technology or not working with computers,
okay,
are they able to organize kind of in similar sort of ways?
Yeah, they are, but I found out that, well, my fiancé is a social anthropologist. I said it a lot during this conference, and that's how I'm interested in this kind of stuff. But I think people that, for example, lawyers, they're too tied, too binded to the job part. You know, I think that's the obstacle. When you get rid of it, it's just about studying law and entering politics and build a better world. You know, I guess I'm capitalist. I like it, you know, but somehow it's just turning things upside down too much. You know.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Vidya, and I've come from India. And what you just showed us was really inspiring because we did something like this last year. If Nufal is here, is Nufal here? Okay, so he's not here. He spearheaded organizing PyCon India for the first time last year. So we had it in September 2009. And I only was able to help online. I was not able to attend the event, but I did help out with testing and things like that, the website and all that. So I did want to say that it is possible to do an event if like-minded people get online and they're willing to, you know, cooperate and create a community around it. So I think I understand exactly what you mean by that because we've done it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
you should come
you.
up and show what you're doing there.
Yeah.
So I found what you were doing very interesting, but I'm wondering how much it just came from the passion of the people, that there wasn't that, like, the organization was easy because they all cared so much already. Like, you didn't have to build anything just as much as like it just crystallized. Does that make sense? Is that what happened? Is there something you can do to like encourage it where there is no passion?
Okay, passion is essential, yeah, but the difference that the one that has passion, he just believes, you know, and since many people just keeps wondering about, oh, but I need to go to the college to do this, and I need permission to do that, and I need something to do that, you know, just keep putting obstacles in front of your eyes. Passion is enough for them. And I guess this combination, it's a building process, you know. On the first overtime, when we changed the bar, I went there alone with another friend, Rafael Lima, and it was raining, and we were there. And we started to write down all kind of great stuff we would like to discuss, and we just sent an email to the mailing list the next day saying, oh, we learned about CouchDB and Python's getting rid of Gill and stuff like that, and you know, oh, how it's possible? Tell me about it. Oh no, you didn't show up? I can't do nothing for you. And the next Monday, man, yeah, that was a record, you know. So it is a building process. Nothing's just like crystallized. My passion for software it was a building process. First, I needed to play Atari at the time, and I loved it, and I wanted to do my own games, and I asked my father so much. I pissed him off a few times for getting a computer, you know, and here I am today, 20 years later, you know. That's pretty much time. Okay, one more.
Hey, yeah. So the dojo model's new to me. It sounds very cool, but like it sounds like only a certain kind of project would actually fit that model very well. I just want to know what kind of projects you had success on and sort of success stories from the past.
You're saying about Coding Dojo specifically?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
During the dojo, we don't care wherever the code ends. We care only about the process. It's just some toy problem, like, oh, you need to parse something, you need to make a calculation, something like that. But you won't be allowed to get up with the finest equation that will solve it. You know, it's baby steps. You need to write the test first. You need to make it pass, even if the first test pass by returning 1 or returning yes. You know, and each step, 5 minutes later, people get around, and people get pissed on the first dojo sessions, you know, because they just, oh no, I have this idea, I need to code this. Man, it's not about you. It's about how you will serve your fellows, you know, how you serve them while coding. It's just what happens in open source. You don't pick, you can't pick Apache and change it and, oh, here's new Apache. No. You submit a patch, and that patch needs to be good, or it will be ignored, you know. And why don't we do this during our daily jobs? An internee has commit access. Yeah, he can mess a lot of stuff. Could I answer your question?
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, I'm here. You can talk to me whenever you want. Thank you very much for your time.